want to, and unless they're confident they're going to show survival advantage or something in that setting, they got to go head-to-head with Palbo. That's it.
With Palbo?
They're the market leader, right? They're the benchmark, I'd say. So, yeah, I think if you want to be the winner, you go head-to-head and beat them on PFS, or something like that. If they're going to do a cross-trial, we're using AI versus AI, new CDK4, they're going to have to kind of blow it out of the water to, show that they're better.
And when you say blow it out of the water, are you thinking of a certain hazard ratio or, a certain number of months differentiation?
I think, yeah. Well, it's interesting. So we already have like about a 12 to 14 month improvement in PFS in the front line, which is big. And I think the confounding thing to most of us is, okay, that's big, but why do we have such a big PFS advantage and no survival advantage? What's going on? And so I don't know how much further you can push that PFS advantage without seeing a survival advantage. And seeing the survival advantage would be the trump card.
What if it had a trial show that the PFS was similar to Palbo, but it had continuous QD dosing and had less neutropenia?
Yeah. What's that emoji, the meh emoji? That's good, and I think that would, obviously get them in, and I think that would lead to where Abema and Ribo are now, where I'll dip my toe in the water, kind of see what the real world experience is, as opposed to a wholesale switch over, Yeah.
So what would make you switch then? Start using
survival advantage. Survival advantage, you got me. In PFS, okay, they come out with a 6 month bigger PFS than Palbo or Abema, okay, then I got to look up if it's a 2 to 3 month difference. Those sorts of cross-trial comparisons are not going to be enough to make a wholesale change.
Okay. That's really helpful. Are you personally aware of any other CDK4/6 in development?
I am not.
Okay. And are you, based on your small experience so far with Abema and Ribo, are you thinking that you'll start using those more? Maybe 2 years from now, what percentage could you imagine stand Palbo versus the other two in 2 years?
My intent right now with Ribo is that it's probably not going to do anything that makes me feel like, okay, it's more like a potato, different brand situation as opposed to, wow, I really got a better drug here. So I see them continue to be kind of a limited use option unless, something changes over time. But their data is very similar. The dosing, the toxicity, the overall experiences seem to be very similar. Abema, I'm still open-minded to. I think their data does look very similar, and I don't know that there's going to be a strong difference. And I don't know how long I'm going to be able to do multi-lines of CDK4/6. But for probably the near future, I think probably more Palbo and a little Ribo first line, and mostly Abema with Faslodex second or third line, depending how we're doing that, the sequencing.
Mm-hmm.
And then if I get the impression, if I get the impression Abema is really a better CDK4/6 over time, then maybe we'll flip that around.
Mm-hmm. Is there a certain type of patient you have in mind that you would want to try to use one of these agents in first and second line?
That's tough. I know Abema is touting the difficult to treat patient as their target potentially, as kind of a leverage for market. I don't know that I have a strong sense about that at all. I think I might say, well, that's what they're saying. Let's see how they do in some of these. And by difficult to treat, I think they mean liver metastases, early recurrences, I forget whatever else they might consider. So some of those patients, I might. That's how they're messaging, and it doesn't hurt to try there. And obviously they have some brain met data, limited as it is, that might support them there. I'm not sure I'm convinced that they're the only CDK4/6 that gets into the brain, but they're the only one that has any real data. So that's obviously a potential driver as well.
And are you either aware of or